I just grabbed whatever chocolate I had laying around, candy melts that could be bought from Michael's, and chocolate chips that were mini, and white baking chips. I got these silicone molds from Daiso. I think they're meant for ice cubes, but I used it for chocolate. Taking the chocolate and adding it into a microwavable bowl. Each has their own respective bowls. And taking 1.5 tablespoons of butter, you could see it on the packaging how much is 1 tablespoon, and to melt the butter into a pot. Around when it was halfway melting, I added in my peanut butter, and you stir this until it's all melty and smooth. If you don't want to do this step and you just want to straight up use peanut butter as filling, that's fine too. Now in a dry, clean bowl, wipe it down and add in your powdered sugar. Pour in the peanut butter and stir until this becomes smooth and incorporated. This may take a while, but once it's done, it'll look like this. Now taking a saran wrap, wrap up our filling and just roll it up, and we're going to leave it in the refrigerator or freezer until firm. Refrigerate it for an hour, or if you freeze it, you could freeze it for even less, but make sure not to overfreeze. And since we're not going to become chocolatiers overnight, we're just going to microwave this in intervals of 30 seconds. And after 30 seconds, we would stir it, then return it to the microwave for another 30 seconds, and stir it, and keep doing this until it's completely melted. If you just put like 3 minutes and leave it in the microwave, this will burn, and if you don't stir it in between, it will burn. Taking a Ziploc bag, fill it with the melted chocolate. Snip the corner of the bag, making a small hole. And just fill up your molds halfway. Using a spoon or a chopstick, smooth out the chocolate. We want it to cover the sides and every angle. Here's my melted white chocolate. I skipped the whole boring microwaving video. If you could use a cup and put the Ziploc bag in it and pour the chocolate in there if that's easier for you. Be sure to push the chocolate towards the bottom so you could use up all the chocolate. And I'm just doing the same steps as the pink chocolate with my white chocolate, filling it halfway, smoothing this out with a chopstick. I think it's better with a chopstick than with a spoon. My spoon was a bit too big. And make sure to get all the sides and the bottoms. Make sure it's not like see-through. And we obviously do not want to fill these up all the way yet because we're adding in a filling afterwards. You could add in any filling you want. I'll be adding in the peanut butter filling, but you could add in ganache or Nutella even, or jam. And like I said before, you could also use plain peanut butter. If your chocolate starts hardening, you could empty it out from the bag and just remelt it. But just to be careful, I'd maybe do 15 seconds intervals for these. We're going to take these molds and put it in the freezer for a few minutes. My peanut butter filling is nice and stiff, so I could just pop it into the chocolate. Using a toothpick, I'm just going to flatten the peanut butter filling out a little. And just cover over the bottom halves with more chocolate over it. I used a spoon to smooth it out, but I think that was not a good idea. You're better off using a chopstick and giving it a little stir. If you're tired of using Ziploc bags, you could just use a spoon and just pour it in, but be careful to not get it on any other colors. And here I am using a chopstick instead and just stirring it until it's smooth. It doesn't have to be perfect since this is the bottom of the chocolate, and hopefully no one will focus on the bottom too much. Return this to the freezer. I kind of froze this for 2 hours until they were firm like this, and you could just easily push them out from the molds. And it should come out very easily. Just be very gentle while you're doing this and don't be too aggressive. You could clean up the bottoms a little bit if you want by pulling a bit on the chocolate. I really love the colors I chose for this candy. I felt like it really fit the Valentine's Day theme. I have these little candy holders I got from Daiso, and here are some cupcake liners. They're kind of huge, and they're usually meant for cupcakes, but this is all I had, and I just put the candy in them, and just shoved more cupcake liners next to them. Try not to overstuff these, because if you put too many candies in a small space, they might not look pretty. 3 is a little bit, but it's like all this tin could fit. I also have this pink box from Daiso, which is also so adorable. It really fit the theme, and I had it laying around my house. And thank you for watching my video. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions about my videos, feel free to ask them down below. And happy Valentine's Day. Bye! Happy Valentine's Day! Không có độ chặt vậy, mà vậy chặt. Happy
Valentine mà.
Ở tao này không khai tiền. Thought I learned like a
My album thought.
wow, the natural video.
Valentine gold.
You're welcome, bye.
Gold man លេងសំណុកសុខសប្បាយប្រាថ្នាយ៉ាងណាឲ្យបានសម្រេចដូចសេចក្តីប្រាថ្នាកូន